All right. What up, what up, what up, people? What's poppin'? What's the deal? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? What's going on? Oh, Johnny in the building, Rob Cruz, DX Vast, something, I can't even pronounce that name, bruh. Eastern Conversation, Matthew, K-Pax was good. Yo, but before we get to all of that, remember, make sure guys get How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day, ebook, hard copy, and audiobook. Make sure you click the link below to get your copy today. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys get that. Also, go to mrlocario.com to get 60-second game, because that book is fire. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys get that book. Also, make sure you guys click the link below so you can get the Man to Fuck Up hoodies. Make sure you guys get that. You feel what I'm saying? What's going on? We got Ellie George in the building, Darrell S, Paulos, Justinvo. Man. Ellie George, Resilient SD, BT Platinum 23. Taylor, Jermaine, Louise was good. Savage the Savage. Tehran was popping. All right, so today, wanted to talk about, hot women and the really hot girls, the girls that you guys want to get, And this is misconception. There's this like thing where guys think that it's harder to get hotter women. That's always been the thing. Dudes always say, I want to get the tens. I want to get, because I talk to a lot of different guys and they'll say shit like, yeah, I could get a girl here and there and I could get the sevens, but I want the tens. I can get the sixes and the sevens, but I want the tens. I want the hot girls. So they feel like there's something that they need to do extra or something special that they need to do in order to get the hotter girls or the girls that they feel are like the hot chicks. You feel what I'm saying? Now, this is the thing. Mainly the reason why it's hard for most guys to get the hot girls, right? And it's really simple. The reason why it's hard for most guys to get the hot girls is because they put these women on a pedestal, and then they act that way when they're dealing with the girl. So this is the funny part. Even asking the question, is it harder to get hot girls, or why is it so hard to get hot girls? Even asking that question is the reason within itself why it's hard for you to get hot girls. Because you're telling yourself it's harder. And it's not. You understand what I'm saying? It's not. Because what you got to understand is that women, no matter how hot or no matter how average looking that you think they are, right? They all want a guy that they like. They all want to, get some dick. They all want to have a good time. No matter if she's hot or not, or no matter if you think she's hot or not. You understand? They all want the shit. So let's say, for example, think about yourself. Let's say you think you're a handsome guy, right? And then you see another guy who you think is like an average looking dude. And then let's say you see another guy who you think may be a little bit better looking than you, right? Now imagine a woman saying, what is this good looking guy, the guy, let's say she's pointing to the guy that you think looks better than you, what does he want? And then she's looking at you like, what do you want? And then she's looking at the average looking guy like, what does he want? Right? All three of y'all want to fuck. So does it matter that you're better looking than the other guy and the other guy is quote unquote better looking than you? Y'all all want to fuck. You understand? Y'all all want something. Y'all all want something to go down. So women are the same way. If you see a girl who you think is a 10, or you see a girl who you think is a 6, you understand what I'm saying? The 10 and the 6 both want dick, right? But the thing is, they both want dick just from guys that they want dick from. The problem is, you're thinking that the girl who's a 10 only wants dick from a certain type of guy, and the girl who's a 6 only wants dick from a certain type of guy. Is this ridiculous? They all want a man. They all want shit to go down. So the only reason why it's harder to get some of these girls is because of the way you put them on the pedestal. So when you're interacting with the hot girl, you're not being yourself. You understand? You're so nervous now. You see what I'm saying? You're like very like you're just not being yourself at that point. Because a lot of times what happens is if you notice a girl who you think is like aight, right? And you start acting like, you know, real regular, real laid back. You understand what I'm saying? You're just chilling. Then when you see the girl who's hot, you start getting nervous. Why? So it's not the girl that's making it harder, it's you're making it harder. Because you're being nervous. Kevin Smith, you said, then why IG models don't respond to so-called average guys? Well, that's the thing. The reason why they're not responding to those average guys is because most of those average guys aren't attractive. They don't have game. They don't know how to talk to women. They don't know how to interact with women. See, that's the problem right there. And I'm glad you even brought that point up. What you got to understand is that what makes it hard for most of these guys to get it is because most of these guys ain't got no goddamn game. And this is what I've been saying for the past 10 years. You see what I'm saying? Look, a lot of times guys do shit that makes them unattractive to a large number of women. So what happens is that hot girl is not, because this is what a lot of guys think. They think that it's going to be harder to get this hot girl because a bunch of guys is trying to get at her. So there's so much, quote unquote competition, right? But what you got to understand is that most of those guys who are the competition are guys who the girl doesn't want, because most of them be doing lame shit. So if you're the opposite of those guys, you're going to already stand out and it's going to be easier for you to get her. That's the part that dudes don't understand, but guys don't want to work on themselves. They think, it's just about looks and money and status. So there you go. This is why it's harder for guys to get these chicks. That's what dudes don't understand. And what you need to understand is that women, right? They're going to gravitate and respond to the guy who is the most masculine, the guy who is the most confident. You understand what I'm saying? Roscoe, you said IG models don't respond to me even when I send very confident messages to them. What's a very confident message, Ross? and this is why I tell you guys, get the program on the Bad Boy membership called How to Attract Women on Social Media. You understand? Because there's ways to, this is what I'm saying, you got to learn a specific strategy to get you to be able to, benefit off of this shit. That's the thing. A lot of dudes don't know how to do that. See, they're thinking about it in too much of a simplistic type of way. Cheesy City, you said they get shitloads of messages, so they probably didn't see your confident message. Exactly, right. That too. And that's another thing. You guys got to stop worrying about just trying to get these chicks online. What's funny? The same quote unquote IG looking model, if dudes saw her in person, they wouldn't even approach. Right? But you try to holler at her and DM her on Instagram because that's the safer way. You're too scared to approach her, on the street. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that you're hitting her up in the DMs because you have that fear to even approach her in the street, that same energy translates to when you even DMing the chick based off of what you're saying and how you're doing it. You feel what I'm saying? And because there's so many guys who are hollering at her, there's a certain strategy that you should take that will get you a better result. So for example, if you see a high, let me just give y'all a little game, but you get more of this on the Bad Boy membership, which is why I tell you guys go to Bad Boy membership. But anyway, let's say you see a one of these IG models or whatever, right? Or some hot chick on Instagram. You like 2 of her pictures, and hopefully it's 2 pictures that is something interesting in the picture, so that when you DM her something about the picture, a question, something to get the conversation going. Then if she responds to you about that, then there you go. Then you gotta do what you gotta do at that point. Lorenzo Davis, you said, do you have a different strategy for men talking to chicks 40 and over, or do you use the same strategy for all chicks? It's basically, it's generally the same shit, but depending on a woman's age, she's probably going to be looking for different things. So you got to understand those things. And this is why, again, go to Bad Boy membership. I have a whole program called The Age Game, trying to holler at chicks from different age groups. But I'm glad you brought that up, because I was about to bring up this other point. Now, I had some people who say, and this is interesting, so you guys got to really pay attention to this. I have some people who say that, I've heard this, plenty of times, where guys will say, Miss Locario, I'm trying to get these girls, but it's harder to get the hot 19 and 20-year-olds, but it's easy to get like the chicks who are in their late 30s, early 40s. And they'll say it's easier to get those girls, those ladies or whatever, because they hit the wall. You understand? Or they'll say, well, women hit the wall, so since they're older, it's going to be easier to get those girls. But they're like, I don't want those girls. I want the hot, young 20-year-old girls and all this other stuff, right? Again, this is thinking in the sense of saying that it's easier or harder based off of the ages. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what I want you guys to understand. A woman who's in her, let's say, mid-40s, let's say a 45-year-old woman, I'm going to tell you this right now. A 45-year-old woman who you think is hitting the wall, okay, I'm going to say it again. A 45-year-old woman who you think is hitting the wall is getting the same amount of attention online, on Tinder, Bumble, OkCupid, as the 21-year-old. I'm saying it again. The 45-year-old woman on Bumble, Tinder, OkCupid is getting the same amount of attention as the 21-year-old. So again, it's not harder or easier. It's, do you have the skill to attract women, period. So if you have the skill to attract the 45-year-old, you have the skill to attract the 21-year-old. And I'm telling you this from experience, because when I date women, I always say to them, let me check your inbox. I want to see your inbox on Tinder. I want to see your inbox on OkCupid. I want to see messages dudes have been sending you. Even just guys that they meet in everyday life. And so there was a woman I was dating who was in her mid-40s, and she had a shitload of fucking messages from OkCupid, Tinder, Plenty of Fish, all that shit. A shitload. Same thing with girls that I've dated who were in their early 20s. A shitload of messages. It was basically the same shit. You see what I'm saying? So you got all these dudes trying to get at her. Now, what I'm saying is this, because a lot of guys say, damn, well, this is crazy, because then this is why it's so hard to get shit popping. Right? But again, what makes it hard or harder for you to get things going with these girls is really based off of you thinking that it's harder to get them. As soon as you think it's harder to get them, then it's going to be harder to get them. Because by you thinking it's harder to get them, you approach and interact with hot chicks as if there's something special about them. And that's the problem. That's the issue. As soon as you start thinking or even asking, hey, how do I get the really hot girls? As soon as you ask me, how do you get the really hot girls, you lost. As soon as you ask that question, how do I get the really hot girls, you lost. Right? Now, to be fair, I have, a program or a few programs that talk about getting hotter chicks. But the only reason I put it that way is to draw the guys in. But when I draw them in, I let them know, listen, it doesn't fucking matter. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't fucking matter. Because also what you have to understand is this. A woman's attractiveness or how attractive a woman is physically does not dictate the type of guy she wants. You don't know the type of guy she wants. You understand? So let's say a woman because this is what a lot of guys think. They think of a girl, let's say if a girl is they think a girl's really hot, right? And again, looks is subjective, all that other stuff. But let's say they think a girl is really hot, right? They think that because she's hot, the only type of guys that she's gonna want is a guy who's 6 foot, has a 6-pack, some pretty boy type of dude. That's the only guy she's ever gonna want. And if you're not that guy, you could never get that girl, right? What you don't realize is that what a woman is attracted to, a lot of times, a lot of women have open types, meaning they are attracted to a different amount of, different variation of guys. But also, what a woman is attracted to, and also what you're attracted to, is a combination of things that you were exposed to as you were growing up. So there could be that hot girl, if she's been around men who are, let's say, a lot like husky, like football player type of guys, big brawlic type of dudes, not necessarily in muscle, but sort of pudgy type of dudes, but they're just big dudes. And that's what she grew up around. That's what she saw all the time. That's what was, she basically was, in that situation a lot. She's going to probably end up liking guys who look like that. You see what I'm saying? Because that's imprinted in her subconscious. So you might be that type of dude and you're thinking, damn, that girl would never go for me. But you're exactly her type. But you have no fucking idea. You see what I'm saying? That's what dudes don't get. See, this is, man. Kev, you said women get messages just breathing. The fact is, it's harder for men, but not impossible. Nobody's saying this. Is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. I want to know, why do you guys think? I'm serious. I want to know, why do you guys think that it's harder to get a girl you consider a 10? And just even think about that question. If you think about this question, why is it harder to get a girl you think is a 10? Because a 10 is subjective. You understand? So you think that girl's a 10, right? I may think that girl's a 6. So it can't be, if it's harder to get a 10, right? How does that even make sense? How does that question even make sense, or that statement make sense, when what a 10 is based off of your opinion? You understand that? How is it harder to get a hot girl when a hot girl is based off your opinion? So if it's based off your opinion, right? Then what's hard then? What's the difficulty? Because if you say it's hard to get a 10, but I think she's a 6, then what is she? Is she a 10 or a 6? Dark NG said she has a bigger pool of men to choose from. Let me tell you a secret. all women have a bigger pool of men to choose from. This is what you guys don't understand. A girl who you think is a 6 has the same amount of men to pull from than as a girl you think is a 10. In fact, I would actually venture to say that a chick who most guys would probably think is a 6 has way more men to choose from than a girl that you think is a 10. Why? Because the girl that you think is a 10, most guys are too fucking scared to try to get with her. You see what I'm saying? Most guys will try to fuck with the 6 because they think that's more in their comfort zone. You feel what I'm saying? That's what y'all don't get. That's what y'all don't get. See, you gotta understand something. I also coach women. See, I think y'all, Mike, you said the hotter girls get more attention. Look, the hotter girls will get a lot of attention. Attention doesn't necessarily mean she has the option to choose this and that guy. Remember, women are passive. So women take or they choose from what's presented to them. So let's say, Mike, if you're in a bar, right? And let's say there's a girl that you think is a 10. And let's say, just for the sake of argument, most of the guys think is a 10. Then you got a girl that most guys think is a 7. Most guys will approach the 7 first. They'll look at the 10, but they'll approach the 7. You see what I'm saying? So the 10 is chilling there, and let's say there's 100 guys in that spot. Maybe 8 to 10 out of those guys will approach the 10, right? And maybe 70% of the dudes will approach the 7. Because most guys are too scared to approach the 10. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. So the guy who's brave enough to approach the 10 usually gets the 10. You understand? So dudes got to understand that shit, man. But what you got to understand is most women, are going to get a shitload of dudes. I saw this video. JXN, you said, isn't that false hope? What's false hope? What are you talking about? What's false hope? What is the false hope? What is the false hope? That's the thing you got. Look, some of y'all guys, y'all got to step out into the real world. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all really got to step out into the real world. You said a hot girl will be stuck up and high maintenance. See, that's the thing. And again, that is what stops you guys from getting the hot girls, because you have this preconceived notion that the hot girl is going to be stuck up. There's a lot of hot girls that I've talked to that were cool as shit. You understand what I'm saying? Real cool. Real chill. JXN, you said convincing guys they can get 10s is false hope. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my, dude. Are you serious? Oh, okay, let me ask you something. 10s want dick, right? They want men. They want dick. Why can't she get dick from you? Why? Why can't she get dick from you? Why can't she get dick from you? That's what I'm asking. You said they act like they don't need anyone or anything. But see, what are you talking about? This is why you guys have to have game, because you have to understand what is happening when you're interacting and dealing with these chicks. I'm like, bro, see, again, this is why it's hard for y'all to get the girls. You're like, oh, well, she's going to be stuck up. She's high maintenance. She's a bitch. This and this and that. Oh, she only wants this type of guy. All of these excuses and things y'all got to sort of rationalize why, you can't get these girls. JXN, you said they are stuck up generally. Bro, you have to go outside and talk to women, man. Like, look, any type of girl you deal with, she don't got to be a 10, she could be a 5, she could be a 2, she could be whatever scale of thing you deal with. Some girls gonna be stuck up, some girls are not. Some girls are gonna act like bitches, some girls are not. Some girls are going to fucking be cool and talk to you, some girls are not. See, if you keep thinking that, oh, well, the hot girl is stuck up, that's what's going to stop you from getting the hot girl. You said the hot ones are taken, the 8.5s, 9s, and 10s have boyfriends. How do you know, Mike? How do you know? So every girl who you see or you consider an 8, 9, or 10 has a boyfriend. Okay, so let's go with that. They have boyfriends. Cool. That's the point. The point is that some guy went up to that girl and got her. Right? Mike, you said 90% are taken. So, Mike, you've talked to 90% of the hot women in the world. Is that what you're saying to me? You did a poll, and you're certain you're certain that 90% of hot women are taken. Really? I mean, it's interesting because, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but the thing is, for my job, Mike, like the thing I actually do every day for my job, I coach women, and a lot of these women are extremely attractive. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, bruh, there's too many women out here for you. You understand what I'm saying? There's too many women. See, this is the problem. Can I give you guys some insight on what women go through when it comes to the game? I'm gonna give y'all some insight on what women go through when it comes to the game. And then if you understand this, you'll understand how easy it can be to actually attract women. You understand? Because dudes don't know the insight of when it comes to dealing with women. Let me tell you guys some shit when it comes to what women interact with or deal with when they deal with dudes. Okay? Now, let me tell you guys this. Most women, right, especially nowadays, most women deal with dudes who are soft and who are not masculine. You understand? I'm saying it again. Most women deal with dudes who are soft and not masculine. So what does that mean? That means that women are dealing with guys who are not decisive, guys who don't know how to lead, guys who don't take charge. Like, for example, there was a girl who I went out with one time on Tinder, right? And I was the first guy she met on Tinder. The first guy. Now, I wasn't the first guy who matched with her, but I was the first guy she met on Tinder. Right? Now, why was I the first guy she met on Tinder? There was literally only one reason why I was the first guy she met on Tinder. The only reason why I was the first guy she met on Tinder was because I told her to meet me quickly. I told her to meet me. That was it. Literally, that was it. So I looked in her inbox. She had hundreds of dudes that she matched with. I'm looking at the messages. Motherfuckers just chatting back and forth, asking her a whole bunch of bullshit questions. You understand what I'm saying? Being real goofy with their conversations. You understand? And 90% of these dudes didn't say, hey, let's meet up. The other 10% who said, let's meet up, she ended up not trying to fuck with them because they did a whole bunch of goofy ass talking and saying a whole bunch of dumb shit, which made her not want to meet up with them. So I was the first guy she met up with because I was basically being more masculine. I was manning up and say, yo, listen, when are you free? Let's meet here. Let's do this. That simple. But see, what she's experiencing is a whole bunch of dudes who don't know how to fucking lead. So, and mind you, this was a hot chick, right? Now, I didn't get her because, oh, she thought I was super sexy or whatever. You understand? The main reason I got her was because I was the only one out of these guys who knew how to be a man when it comes to dealing with a woman. Right? Another thing that women will go through is they get a lot of dudes who don't know how to talk to chicks. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the thing. Women naturally are followers. So they're going to naturally they're going to follow your lead. If you don't know how to lead the woman, you understand what I'm saying? It's going to be hard for you to get them. This is what I be trying to tell you guys. You have to learn how to lead these motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? You got to know how to do this. And so imagine your, this is what you got to understand. Imagine your dating life is determined on having to follow somebody, right? And then the people or persons that you're supposed to follow don't know how to lead. You understand? Or the people that you're supposed to be interacting with don't know how to interact with you. You see what I'm saying? So imagine you're a cute girl and 90% of the guys that's hollering at you don't know how to have a fucking conversation. Don't know how to flirt. Don't know how to build sexual tension. Like I did a video a long time ago where I was talking about how, if you have game, you're going to be way above 90% of motherfuckers that don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand? So the thing is, if you know what you're doing, you're way above most dudes. You're way above. Like shout out to my dude K Zaggin 20. Shout out to my dude K Zaggin 20. K Zaggin 20, he did a video the other day where he was talking about how dick is essentially more valuable than pussy. And basically what he was saying is that he was saying that, and he was saying it in this context because, objectively speaking, it's not necessarily one is more valuable, but in this context, he was extremely correct where he was saying that for us men, right? We basically smash whoever. You understand? If we fuck this chick or that chick, it could be good, it could be bad, it could be whatever. We just want to get our dick wet. For women, right? A woman, she wants to have sex, but what she actually wants is good sex. So if she finds a guy that dicks her down good, right? She'll want to fuck that guy more and gravitate to that guy more and be on his dick more because he fucks her good. Even though she could get dick from all these other guys, she'll most likely stick with this dude and keep fucking him because hard dick, I said hard dick, pause. Good dick is hard to find for most chicks. Right? So we can even extend that to beyond the dick, meaning that a dude who turns a woman on, a guy who's on point, a guy whose game is tight, is extremely hard to find for women. So guess what happens when they find that guy? Right? They want to latch on to him. So when you out here talking to that hot girl and she knows and she recognizes and she sees you're that guy, she wants to keep fucking with you. Like, listen, let me tell you something. I've had women, right, who they come to visit New York City, right? They're on vacation or whatever the fuck it is. They'll be in New York for like the weekend, right? And I'd meet them either just in passing at a bar or something, or even on Tinder, right? They'll be like, look, I'm only here for the weekend, right? So like, let's say I meet them on like a Thursday or Friday or some shit, right? And they're leaving Sunday or Monday, right? Do you know that some of these women, when I met them, when they first got there, they wanted to spend the whole weekend with me, right? So we got together, and this is even before we even had sex. I didn't even have sex with this woman. This is the first meeting. We're just chilling, having drinks. I'm talking to her, I'm flirting with her. And this chick wanted to see me the whole fucking weekend. Right? Now, she could go on her Tinder, her Bumble, her OkCupid, whatever the fuck, go out, meet a new dude every day for that whole weekend. But she's like, what are you doing tomorrow? Can we hang out tomorrow? You see what I'm saying? Now, why does she want to do that? She want to do that because she knows in her history of dealing with men, that it's hard for her to find a guy who's on point. So she's like, oh shit, this motherfucker's on point. What are you doing tomorrow? You see what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Mike, you still on that shit? He's talking about, I'm trying to be positive and give guys hope, but let's keep it real. What he is saying is half of it. The other half is a lot of these girls are taken. No, they are not, bro. Let me tell you guys something. There's a lot of girls who are single and who are lying to you about having boyfriends. I'm going to say that again. There's a lot of girls who are single and who are lying to you and saying they have boyfriends. You understand? And they're lying to you because they don't want to get with you. Bro, I've seen this happen plenty of time. Me and my boy used to do this a lot of times. Like, for example, we'd go out and let's say we're at a bar or something or at a club or whatever. Right? And what would happen is either I go up to a girl first, and these girls didn't know me and this dude was friends or hanging out. I'd go up to a girl and quickly try to like get at her. You understand? And I'd be like, yo, let me get your number, blah, blah, blah. Right? So either she'd say, oh, I got a boyfriend, or she'd act like, oh, I'm not really interested, or, just be really hard to get, standoffish type of shit, right? So then my friend would go up to that same girl maybe 20 minutes later and do the same thing. And it'll be a totally different response. And vice versa. So this time my friend will go up to a girl and she'll be like, oh no, I got a boyfriend, this and this and that. Then I go up to that same girl 15 minutes later. She'd give me the number and all this other shit. Chicks are going to be different based off the guy they're fucking with. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that shit. Like I'll give you another example. I was on a video shoot, right? And I'm not gonna say this girl's name because she's a famous chick in the industry right now. Okay, is this famous chick in the industry right now where I was at a video shoot for some underground dude at the time or whatever. I think he was like a artist from overseas or some shit, right? I'm at this video shoot and I see this badass fucking chick, and the badass chick is a chick who's famous right now. I'm not gonna tell you who it is, right? So next thing you know, after the shoot is done, me and my boy's chilling there, and then he tries to talk to the badass chick. So I see him talking to the bad chick, whatever. So the chick, he's trying to get with her, and the chick tells him, oh, I can't because I have a man, right? And then so my friend says, he says, oh, what's his name or whatever. So she gave him the name, and she's like, yeah, we've been together for like 5 years, and I'm so in love with him, and yada, yada, yada. You understand? Next thing you know, 2 weeks later, this chick she ends up being the girlfriend of this famous rapper that y'all know. I'm not going to say his name. You understand? But basically, she lied to my friend and said she was with this other dude, but she probably had no dude. But she's fucking with this other guy. You understand? She's talking about, oh, I'm in love with my man and we've been together and, we're about to do this and blah, blah, blah. No. You understand? She was lying to him because she wasn't into him. And then 2 weeks later, I see, oh, she's this guy's girlfriend now? Bullshit. You understand? And I'm sure she didn't dump her man who she's so in love with to get with this nigga just overnight. You feel what I'm saying? So chicks lie like a motherfucker. So if you're going through this shit where every 90-something% of these chicks that you're talking to is talking about, oh, I got a man, right? Understand that most of these chicks are bullshitting you. In fact, what you got to understand is this. There's a lot of girls who have a man who will not tell you they have a man because they want to fuck around with you. You understand? So you gotta understand that aspect of the game, man. But again, this is the key. This is the key. Now I'm not gonna say the names. So I don't want to, but this is the key. JX90 said that is the way hot women act towards 90% of men. And you know why they act that way towards 90% of men? Because 90% of men ain't got no motherfucking game. This is what I be trying to tell you dudes. Because look, a lot of these chicks, what they'll do sometimes is they'll assume that you're like the average guy. They'll assume that in some situations. In some situations, they'll assume you're above average based off how you carry yourself, based off of your energy, based off of how you're interacting with them. And this is why I tell guys you got to work on yourself. You got to build yourself up. Because when you build yourself up, you become that guy. You stand out more. Chicks are more receptive to you. See, I don't understand how this energy works, man. So you got to understand, man. Rossi said, regardless of how confident you are, don't the hottest girls like models and celebrities want the guys who have the highest social status or highest level of social skills and charisma? Well, yeah, they're going to want those guys too. But Ross, let me ask you a question. Don't you want the hottest girl, the 10, the super sexiest chick? But won't you also fuck with a girl who's a 7? Won't you also probably smash a girl who's a 6? Yes, you will. The same thing happens for women who are hot or who have a chick. She will want the guy who's this good looking dude, who's the high status, social status, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But she'll also deal with a guy, you understand, who doesn't have all that status and isn't the best looking dude, but she likes him. You see what I'm saying? She still likes that guy. See, this is what I'm saying. Most people, men and women, have an open type. You have your ideal that you like, that you really want. Then you have other chicks who you would fuck with. Like for me, for example, y'all already know, I told y'all before, I love fucking thick chicks. You understand what I'm saying? I love thick chicks. This doesn't mean that if I see a girl who's skinny or slim, I'm not going to smash, because I've smashed a whole bunch of skinny girls. James, you said when you say build yourself up, you mean make more money? Hell fucking no. Hell no. Building yourself up means that you are cultivating yourself to be that high value man, meaning that you look at yourself and you understand and you say, what makes me special? What makes me interesting? What do I have to offer the world? What is it about me that is awesome? And the way that you build yourself up is that you have a standard for yourself. Meaning that you say, look, when it comes to doing this, this, and this is what I'm going to do. So for example, you can say, this is the thing. You say to yourself, I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be honest about who I am and what I want when it comes to dealing with women and when it comes to interacting with other people in my life. that's building yourself up. You understand? Because you're setting a certain standard and precedent about who you are. Then what happens is that when you deal with women, they know or they feel or they sense or they get the energy that, oh shit, this guy is that type of guy. Like, for example, I remember I was with one of my friends, and we was out chilling or whatever, and he's on some no nonsense shit with chicks. So we were out, and he had this hat on, and I don't know if some of you guys don't go out much, but if you do go out, there's gonna be times where this is what a lot of young chicks do. They'll come around you and try to take your hat off and wear your hat and fuck with you and do all that goofy shit. So we were at this club where it was like a younger type of crowd. So I'm in my 30s, he's in his 30s. We was just chilling there, shooting the shit or whatever. And this girl comes by him, right? And she was obviously feeling him because she's like, flirting with him, whatever. And then she takes off his hat and she's like, oh my God, this is so cool. Can I wear this? So he grabs his hat from her and he pulls her into him and he said, listen, don't ever touch my hat again. Looked her dead in her fucking eye. He said, don't ever touch my, he didn't say hey, he said, don't ever touch my shit again. Right? And so he was dead serious, looked in the eye, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he's like, no, just don't do that, all right? And so she knew from that point on that she can't fuck with him that way. So the whole time when she was chilling with him that night and she was fucking, like he ended up making out with her, doing all this other shit, but she showed him a different level of respect because of how he came at her. Rosie said he showed her who's boss. Exactly. That's all. And this is what I'm saying. So he built himself up to be that guy. He said, look, I'm not going to take none of this type of goofy shit with these chicks. Any chick that's dealing with me, she don't do no goofy shit like that. Even if I just met you, you don't do no goofy shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Just he said exactly, he said that's some masculine shit. Exactly. But most guys, they'll probably, even if they didn't want her to touch their hat, they'd probably fucking giggle with her and make her do whatever the fuck she want. You see what I'm saying? So, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to have a certain attitude. You got to have a certain way about you. You understand? Taylor, you're hilarious. Man. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and this is what, when we go back to this whole getting with the hot girls thing. Right? These girls out there, all they're looking for really is an attractive guy. And when I say attractive guy, that means it encompasses everything. You understand? Because my friend who did that, he wasn't no pretty boy. He was just a regular, dude. You understand? Madden, you said, what if you're a guy who doesn't take everything to heart so seriously? You don't have to be that guy. I'm just using him as an example. If you're the type of guy who doesn't take everything so seriously, then that's just you, and that's how you are. You understand? And so when you're dealing with girls, you might deal with a girl who you might say to yourself, look, I don't want a chick who's going to take a lot of shit seriously because I don't take a lot of shit seriously. So that's how I roll. But you have to set that standard. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You guys you can't get all scared of these chicks, and you understand what I'm saying? Like, Kev, you said, is it safe to say men do most of the work in the dating game? On the front end, yes. Because we gotta approach, we gotta talk, we gotta set up the situation. You understand? On the front end, we do a lot of the work. On the back end, though, that's when women have to do work to keep us. That's the situation. See, men do work on the front end to get in to the fucking pussy. Women do work on the back end to try to keep us in the pussy. You know what I'm saying? That's really basically what it is. Because a lot of dudes, this is a funny thing. A lot of guys think that, oh, it's super easy for women in the game. It's like on the front end, yes, it's super easy for chicks to get some dick, to get sex. It's hard for chicks to keep a guy, and it's easy for us to keep a chick, but harder for us to get the sex. You understand what I'm saying? And the ironic part is what each of us want is hard for us to get. So so the men generally, we just trying to fuck on the front end, so it's difficult for us to get that. For women, they want a guy that they're into to stick around, and it's hard for them to get that. You see what I'm saying? Jack 3D, what question did you ask? You could call up, bro. The number is 646-481-3901. 646-481-3901. What question you asked? Just say the question again. I got like 1 million people in the chat, bro. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Don't get sensitive on me now. Man. Annihilator said the media conditioned us to believe we were supposed to treat chicks like Disney princesses. Real talk. That's why you can't listen to that bullshit. You can't listen to that bullshit. Stanley, so why are all the hot chicks usually the ones chasing after celebrities and rappers? Because they're celebrities and rappers. They're going to chase those dudes. They're going to chase them. See, you got to stop looking at shit in a vacuum. You think because they chase a celebrity or a rapper or this guy or that guy, that means that they're not going to want to get with a dude working a 9 to 5. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get some of this calls. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, this Locario.
Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
This China dog. Hey, bro. Hey, I appreciate that game, bro. That be some real shit you be on, bro.
That's what's up. This is what's up. So what's going on with you?
Man, I'm just cooling in Orlando, bro. It's just call really, bro. Just to let you know we appreciate the game, bro. That shit be real, bro.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm just trying to keep it real out here in these streets. You feel what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, bro. You done taught me so much, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it, bro. All the way from Orlando, bro.
That's what's up, man. All right, man. Appreciate the call, bro. All right?
All right.
That's what's up. Yeah, my dude Miles is in Orlando and shit, too. So shout out to him if y'all out there, man. But, let me get this call. Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, I found this number in my wife's phone. Who are you?
Oh, Lord. Here we go with the goddamn trolls. Hold on, let me cut this off real quick.
Well, you listed under the name Sweetheart.
Oh, Lord, here we go. Hold on. All right, let me get that nonsense out of here. Niggas. Oh, man. These niggas in they fucking goofy ass. Hilarious. Anyway. But yeah, man. Your shit. Does that dude sound like a redneck? Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what it do, my brother? This Taylor Made in the building. What's good with you, pal?
Chilling. What's going on with you?
Nothing much, man. Shout out to my boy BT Platinum here in the building as well.
All right.
Well, man, me and BT was just really having a conversation the other day. Well, actually earlier today about just like, man, you gotta have that. You gotta be the man that a woman wants. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't come with the right energy, a woman ain't gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean? And if I made an interesting point to BT today, man, and I said all these suckers talking about looks, status, and money and all of that type of shit. If you think that that's the answer, well, damn, get your money up, get your looks up, get your status up, and quit bitching.
Right, exactly, right.
And my man BT Platinum was telling me, he was like, man, all these fucking niggas want to argue. They want to outcoach the coach, but they sitting on the motherfucking sideline.
Right, it's like funny to me. That shit is hilarious to me. I'd be like, bruh, like, you coming to us watching this shit and trying to learn, but then you want to argue. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, how you going to argue with a nigga that's giving you the game and giving you another perspective? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, man, it's like, and to be honest with you, man, I commend you, man. You got a lot of patience, man. I kind of got that Miles Cunningham kind of, I don't go that far, but the patience level,
right.
Like, you niggas be trolling just like the clown nigga that just called you talking about oh, you're in my wife's phone. Like, nigga, you ain't got shit to do but call a nigga phone and play games. Like,
that's some troll shit right
ass.
there. Though. That's one of them troll ass calls with the automated bullshit. I think those are those cats. You know what I'm saying? But even so, the fact that dudes take time to troll is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? You know what I mean?
And no point at all. But, man, I ain't going to hold up the chat, man. I just had to holler at you, shout you out, man. And, man, we be rocking, we be utilizing this game. And what's crazy is the game for us, man, is even on another level. We was doing this before we even knew who you know what I'm saying, who you were.
Right.
But the shit that you just laced, man, is even crazy. Like, man, it's even crazy. So, shout out to you, man. We love what you do, man. Keep it up, fam.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate the call, bro. Peace.
No doubt.
All right, let me see what else is this. You, what's going on? You.
Locario.
What's poppin'? Who's this?
Hey, this is Randy in San Antonio.
What's going on, bro?
Hey, man. Brother, I love your swagger. You hit it right on the head with women. A lot of it is about confidence. It's some women are for some guys, some women aren't. If they're not for you, move on.
Right. Real talk.
And I love your business, the way you got it set up, the social media, the way you're going at it. Keep it on, brother. I got nothing else to say, but I appreciate all your work.
That's what's up, bro. Appreciate the call, my dude. All right?
All right, take care.
Peace. Later. That's what's up. But yeah, man, I just want you guys to get this shit going, man. I'm telling you, sometimes like I'll be out with certain girls, man, and I just be like, damn, like, I'll be like, I want dudes to experience this shit, man. Maximo, yes, free to call, bro. 646-481-3901. You, what's going on?
What's up, Mr. Locario?
What's poppin'? Who's this?
From Rockford, Illinois. How's it going?
I'm good. What's going on with you?
Doing pretty good, bro. Hey, you do a damn good job with your work. I've been following you for a minute. I appreciate what you put out there, bro.
That's what's up.
You find too many coaches like you, bro.
That's what's up. Appreciate it. So what's going on with you?
I just got a question, man. Lately, I've been stepping my game up. You know, I'm starting to see this shit is work. Really starting to see this shit is work. This shit is a subject in school.
Right.
It's definitely in school. So, but I got a question though, because I'm starting to get low key. I'm being honest, I'm starting to get a little frustrated. Maybe some shit I'm doing, you know. I'm just trying to get like as much info as I can and shit. I've been going out with the guys a lot lately, you know, just step my shit up. You know, I'm starting to get more confident with it. I'm starting to think, is that it though? Necessarily confidence, because sometimes I will go out to bars and clubs with the guys and shit though, and I will walk in there thinking, you know, I'm fucking black George Clooney or some shit. That's my mentality.
Right.
But starting to discover and the shit I've been following before. You say that it's a numbers game. That's the kind of thing that's kind of getting to me a little bit. I'm starting to see, you know, nights when I go out and try to talk to chicks and all that shit. I see most of them go no. But you know, and some numbers I get, some girls will go. But last night, actually this was about 2 nights ago, I go out and like the whole fucking night I get a no. I mean, I understand that the mentality you got to have is shit, okay, well, it's all that they lost then, shit, on to the next one. But Locario started a little frustrated though. I mean, I understand shit as a numbers game, but shit, that was the first night I went out and had no's like all night long. Maybe some shit I'm doing. My question is, you said it's a numbers game, but is there like more to that shit though, besides confidence and thinking it's a numbers game?
Well, that's the thing. What you got to understand is that the game is always in flux, and that way, what that means is this: is that the problem is a lot of guys. It's like this. Let's say, or I should say this: a lot of guys don't understand how the game is supposed to be in general. So what I mean is, let's say somebody was trying to start a business, right?
Right.
And what they'll do is they'll start a business and they'll be like, damn, well, I'm gonna quit because I've been working on this business for like 8 months and ain't nothing happening. You see what I'm saying? But their ignorance is they don't realize that most businesses is gonna take maybe 3 to 4 years to even start making any type of money. You feel what I'm saying? Most businesses, right? So now I'm using that example to say with the game also is that what guys don't understand is that there's certain things that happen in the game that happen that they don't really know that it's supposed to happen that way. So what I mean is that there's going to be times where you're going to go out and holler at chicks. Everything's going to go smooth. You're going to be probably getting a bunch of numbers. You're going to get a bunch of chicks fucking with you that night. There's going to be other nights where you go out and ain't shit going to pop off at all. You know what I'm saying? You see what I mean? Then there's going to be times where you're going to have a slew of chicks that's trying to get with you all at once, trying to make shit happen. Then you're going to have times where two months is going to pass by and ain't shit gonna pop off. You feel what I'm saying? That's it's just always so what the thing is that understanding that when you understand that that's gonna happen, what it's gonna do is it's gonna put you in a different perspective so that you don't all the way fall off. So what happens is let's say 2 months ain't shit going on, right? If you understand that's supposed to happen, you're just gonna keep shit business as usual and keep stepping up your shit. If you don't know that, you're going to start to probably feel a certain type of way. You're going to be like, damn, like this shit is whack. And I guess these chicks ain't really feeling me. And damn, I guess I'm not really that cool or chicks don't really like me. And so when you start going down that spiral, you turn the 2 months into 4 months, into 6 months without shit popping off. You see what I'm saying? And so, but if you understand, right, you see what I mean? But if you understand that, yeah, these 2 months is just a dry spell, then right after those 2 months are done, you probably hit a streak or a stride where the shit's going, where it's going to keep going in that direction. So that's why I'm saying it's very important to know. That's what we talk about with the numbers game and being confident and all that. All of those things are stuff that you have to be continuously doing on a consistent basis, no matter what's happening in the game. You understand?
And so it's like you up and down. Some days are better than others.
Right.
Okay.
Right, and it's going to happen. It's inevitable. But the thing is, you don't want to when things aren't going your way or something, or when things aren't, let's say you have that dry spell, you don't want to indulge in the dry spell, because then what's going to happen is you make the dry spell longer. You feel what I'm saying? And so, right. So if you say, damn, damn, it's been like 2 months. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not even going to try to bother to talk to chicks anymore. All that's going to do is make the shit longer. It's going to be 3 months or 4 months. You feel what I'm saying? But if you were saying, look, I'm going to still, there's 2 months going on, I'm going to still talk to this next chick at the bar over here. I'm going to still talk to that person. You might have, let's say, talked to that girl and y'all exchange numbers and you hollered at her, but she didn't respond to you. And then 2 weeks later, she responds to you. But if you would have never went to that bar and talked to that girl, you would have never got at her. You see what I'm saying? So it's basically continuously making shit go. You feel what I'm saying? That's how you got to always stay on that.
Okay, well, the thing is, Mr. Locario, when I'm confident, that shit just takes over. Mm-hmm. Like, it's hard for me to get detailed. When some guys when they confident, it just completely takes over there. Mm-hmm. And the thing about games, I understand there's confidence, but one thing I'm starting to see, there's more to that shit than just confidence. You got to be detailed. Mm-hmm. You got to understand the situations and shit like that.
Well, that's the thing, and this is the thing, because when people talk about confidence, see, the reason why it's hard for a lot of dudes to grasp what we talk about when we talk about confidence and all this other shit is because like when you're really confident, it's about having core confidence, and I talked about this before. The core confidence really is something that is always there. It's always there. It's just that you have to recognize it and you have to believe that it is there. See, what a lot of dudes do is that they base their confidence only on what's happening outside. You understand? And again, there's nothing wrong with building your confidence with what's happening outside, but you don't want to base your confidence on what's happening outside. So building your confidence on what's happening outside is, for example, you meet a girl, let's say she's feeling you, she's giving you cooperation, you flirt with her, everything is going good, you end up having sex. So you say, damn, I feel good about the fact I went out, I talked to this girl, I was interacting with her, and I got to smash that night. So then you feel good about yourself. So the confidence is just really the feeling. You feel good based off of what happened outside in that outside situation. But again, it comes back to how you feel. The core confidence is feeling that same feeling of you smashing that girl. You feel that same feeling regardless of what's happening, period. You feel that shit all the time. It's there even, and this is the part that most people don't understand. This gets a little bit deeper. You feel it, and you know it even when you're like feeling down in a specific moment. So let's say, for example, you go up to a girl, you approach her, and she rejects you real harsh. Like she just like says some fucked up shit, and you feel kind of like, damn, like that was kind of fucked up, right?
Right.
So now what happens is if you have core confidence, right? What's going to happen is that you're going to feel that feeling at the moment of, oh shit, I feel kind of fucked up right now because of that shit she said. It just threw me off. But it's going to dissipate, like in the next few minutes, and you'll be fine. Now, if you don't have the core confidence, what's going to happen is because she said that, you'll probably end up feeling depressed for like a few days. You feel what I'm saying? Or a few weeks. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I tell dudes, you got to have the core confidence and understand that no matter what's happening, you're still the shit. You see what I'm saying? No matter what the girl says, you're still the shit. So if you have that core confidence, it's not gonna be a crazy thing all the time. And then what happens is because you have the core confidence, that gives you the know-how and the will to keep going even when you have dry spells, even when this girl's being flaky, even when this girl, you see what I'm saying? Because you're not making what she does or all the shit outside determine how you move and how you act and how you feel about yourself. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. You see what I mean? And so that's the part. Right, and also too. Wait, go ahead. What you saying?
Well, it's basically when it sounds like it's like you gotta have that confidence inside you, regardless of what bad shit is going on. That's what you're saying.
Right. And this is what I'm saying.
Don't let
like,
that shit diminish.
Right. Wait, say that again.
So it's like you're saying when you got that core confidence, like don't let shit like that diminish you or some shit though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I say it like this: if it's like let's say for example, right? Like, like I go into my wallet or whatever, and I take out this. I got a $10 bill here, right? I'm showing it on the screen, right? This $10 is always gonna be $10. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna always be worth $10. If I crush this up in my hand, I'll ball it up, right? And now it's all wrinkled. What happened to it outside is it got wrinkled, but it's still $10. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean by core confidence. You see what I'm saying? Is that you are it no matter what. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm still the shit no matter what. I don't give a fuck if I haven't been dealing with girls for a year. I don't give a fuck if I don't got no money in my pocket. I'm still that dude. Period. You feel what I'm saying? So me being that dude doesn't go up or down based off of what's happening. I'm always it. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean by core confidence. You have to always be it and understand you're always it. As soon as you start to fluctuate and start to, think about, oh, this is this way and that's that way, and oh, maybe I'm not this, or you start doubting yourself, right? Those doubts might come, but it's always got to come back to the core. You see what I'm saying? You always got to come back to that center, and that's the problem with a lot of guys. A lot of guys, what they do is that they equate their confidence or them feeling good based off of what's happening. So they say, well, I'm not allowed to be confident until this girl likes me. I'm not allowed to be confident until I have a lot of money. I'm not allowed to be, do you see what I'm saying? And so what happens is when you do that, what's going to happen is the opposite has to be true. So that means that if you lose your money, then you got to be, insecure. If that girl says you're whack or that girl doesn't want you, you got to be insecure. So it's that's how it's supposed to be if you're looking at it in that dynamic. But this is why I'm saying that the core always has to be there. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, well, appreciate it, Luca.
Yeah,
one last question. I know your time is valuable.
No, go ahead.
Just one last question. This time, a week ago, I got into a weird situation while going out, bro. Because, I've been working on my game. My game is at its peak, though. I definitely learned a lot of shit, especially from you, going out. Definitely learned a lot of shit. But this subject I want to talk about is cock blockers. It happened to me 2 times in one night. So, when I was going out with the guys and all that, though, I wasn't focused on, we was at a nightclub, some shit in Chicago. So I wasn't focused on getting all the bitches and all that shit. I was just there to have a good ass time and shit though. And next thing you know, boom, these group of girls, they come up to me and shit though. So So as I was talking to them some shit though, two tall guys come over there and try to like, you know, cock block or some shit. Like they get in front of her, and one of them even tried to give a guide to me, basically telling me, bro, this is how you're supposed to talk to girls and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So all my experience, you know, especially following you and you know, all my experiences and shit that you know my gaming team. One thing I learned is when situations like that happen, I decided, you know what? Don't even try and talk back to back. Just fall back and let them do them some shit.
Right.
So I fall back. So I fall back, and next thing you know, the girl ended up, you know, giving me her number before they leave and shit, and she even, you know, kissed me on the lips outside her car, and I went back out to the club and shit. She didn't even give them dudes other numbers and shit though, because in the back of my mind, I'm going, dudes that know game, they ain't gonna do no shit like this. They're just gonna fall back, and she gets them cool on to the next one. On to the next one, because dudes who do that shit, it's like you talk about, you know, 90% of dudes always, you know, making that shit come from the outside. These tall dudes, they kind of made it easier for me. So I fell back, and I was like, all right, cool. Y'all do what y'all think.
Right,
she ended up
right.
giving me her number at the end of the fucking date. Shit, though.
Right.
So,
No, that's...
But here's my question, though. The second time it happened that night, these were pretty-ass girls, too, though. This time, this came from another dude who was like, I think he was a famous DJ or some shit. And she kind of knew him and feeling some shit, and it worked. My question is, what do you do in those situations? Because this dude, I mean, like, he was a dude that was like, he was on his shit. You could tell he was like, no homo. You could tell he was like an alpha male or some shit, though. He a famous DJ doing all shit. He was DJing in the club a few times and shit, though. And, like, he actually got her off my hands and shit, though. So what do you do in those situations in case you come into cock blocks and do shit like that?
So you saying that you was talking to the girl that the DJ dude came through and swooped in and got the chick? Yeah, well, you don't do nothing.
Yeah.
Don't do anything. That's the thing. Look, and just like in the first situation, you fall back and be like, look, or like, let's say, for example, you was talking to the girl and you know, what you could do is like, let's say even before the guy gets there or like, let's say when the guy gets there, you and this is what I usually do. I usually tell the girl to start talking to the dude. You understand what I'm saying?
What?
So right. So basically what I do is because I can tell when a guy is trying to cock block. So what I do is, if I still want to even talk to the girl, what I do is I tell the girl, hey, listen, you know, this guy right here, this guy is a cool motherfucker. You need to talk to him. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my card. Holla at me later. You understand what I'm saying? And then I say, and I'll let them two talk. And that's it. And I keep it moving. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
That's all you got to do. Because what you have to understand is this. You got to let a woman choose. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So all that other shit, this is why whenever a guy's trying to cock block, that's not the issue. The issue becomes when you start trying to compete with the nigga, or you trying to like go back and forth with him, or you trying to get more of her attention. It's no, listen. Look, miss, you go do your thing. Make it happen. You feel what I'm saying? Make that shit go down. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it'll be times I even joke about this shit. I'll be like, yo, listen, y'all two make a really cute couple, man. Y'all need to, like, hang out tonight. I'll holler at you later.
What? Hell no, you serious?
Hell yeah. That's what you got to do. Because what you got to understand is this. The girl is always going to choose, meaning that what's going to happen is, and this is why if you actually want to still get with her, just give her your number. Just slide her your number. Just be like, yo, holla at me. Because it's the thing. You always want to have the mindset of abundance. And you always want to have the mindset of you, again, that's why I'm saying the core confidence, you are that dude. You understand? So you giving her the choice to choose. So when you fall back and you walk away, this is what I'm saying.
I keep hearing that term abundance. What does that mean?
You don't know what abundance means? I'm gonna get to that in a minute. When you fall back and walk away, right? What happens is that, like, let's say for example, let's flip it around. Let's say for example, you were like at a event or something like that, right? And let's say someone like fucking, I don't know, some hot chick like fucking Beyonce or some shit. Let's say Beyonce wasn't with Jay-Z. She was just single. Her and Jay-Z broke up, and you at some industry event and you meet Beyonce. She's talking to you. You understand?
Right.
And she's showing you choosing signals, and she's like, you understand what I'm saying? And then let's say while you're talking to Beyonce, some other regular average chick, you understand what I'm saying, tries to get into the conversation, right? And Beyonce says, hey, listen, seems like this girl want to talk to you a little. I'm gonna go over there and blah blah blah. You're gonna be like, damn, like you're thinking in your head, like, wait, I don't want Beyonce to go, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you really want to holler at Beyonce. You feel what I'm saying? So the same thing happens when you're dealing with a chick, is that because she's feeling you and she's already interested, what happens is that when the other guy comes in, right, and you fall back, she feels like she's losing you because she actually wants to fuck with you. Now what you're doing is, by giving her your information, right, you're giving her a choice to holler at you later. Or what I do sometimes, if I'm in an event and I know I'm going to be there for a while, what I'll do is I won't even give the girl my number. I'll just fall back, tell her to talk to the guy. And remember what I said earlier, if you were listening, most dudes ain't got game anyway. So what's going to happen is she's going to come and find me at the end of the night or whatever. And that happens 9 times out of 10. Almost every time when I've done this, I tell the girl, yo, talk to this guy. He seemed like he's a cool guy. Y'all have a conversation. And I go and I talk to some other girl. And so she sees me talking to some other girl. So now in her mind, she's like, damn, this other girl's going to get him. So what happens is, after she finishes talking to that guy, she comes right back to me. You see what I'm saying? So that's all it is.
Okay.
So, you know,
okay.
That's all you got to do. Remember, and when we talk about the abundance mindset, right? Because first of all, abundance means that you just have a lot of. You have a lot of something. You understand what I'm saying? So, so what happens is when you have the abundance mindset, when it comes to women, it means you have the mindset of understanding that there's a lot of women that you can get with. So because I have a lot of women I can get with, why do I care if this guy's trying to holler at this girl? Take her. Be my guest, bro. Do your thing. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to go over here with these other girls. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's when you have that abundance mindset, what it does is that it makes it easier for you to interact with women. It makes it easier for you to leave women. And then it makes the women want to fuck with you more because they realize that you're not sweating them like all these other guys who have a scarcity mindset. You see what I'm saying?
So abundance is like you have a lot of options.
Exactly.
Okay. Beautiful.
Right. That's what it is. That's what it is, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks a lot, Locario. I definitely learned some more shit, and definitely gonna try this shit out some more.
All right, bro.
And thanks a lot for the info, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Keep up the good work, bro. You definitely helped to change a lot of lives too.
That's what's up, bro. All right, I'm gonna holler at you, man. All right, peace.
All right, bro. Take it easy.
Later. All right. Mike, what you talking about in the chat room, bro? Oh, man. That's funny. Hold on, I want Mike to call up real quick. Mike, call up real quick. I need Mike to call up. Mike, call up real quick. Oh, man. Mike talking about he's triggered. Hilarious. Shizzy said he's like, nah, don't let him call up. All right, let's see what's popping. You.
Yeah.
What else? Is this Mike?
Yeah.
Mike, what's going on, bro?
I'm gonna stay calm, okay?
Okay.
'Cause I slammed my fist on the desk.
Why you slamming your fist on your desk, bro?
Well, I don't know. What you said triggered me.
What triggered you?
Yeah, it triggered. I agree and I disagree. I mean, the abundance mindset, yes, but the part where should I start? The part about the DJ, right? Let me comment on that real quick.
Uh-huh.
I think what he's saying that the DJ came in and swooped the girl away. That's what he said, right?
Right.
Okay. Status overrides everything.
Does it really?
Yes.
How you figure?
Because, again, and I'm not going to sit here for an hour and talk about status, but let me give you an example. I went to Vegas in December. Mm-hmm. Right on the MGM Grand Casino, what do you see on the front cover? Anybody who's right on the window, what do you see?
What does it say?
Gone to Vegas.
What does it say?
Well, you see the number one selling DJ in the world. His picture is posted up on the MGM Grand. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. Calvin Harris. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. He, I know his story. The guy's not a great DJ, dude. Mm-hmm. He doesn't even play his own set. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why they grabbed him
and they put him in that situation. Now he probably is a hustler and he worked hard, but there's probably some DJs that are as good as he is, and they'll never make it. Why did they grab that guy? And why did
what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything?
Dude, status is so important.
No, I'm saying what does that have to do with the getting of the woman? That's what I'm saying. What are we talking about?
Because status is a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
A guy who has status, a guy who has a little bit of fame or a lot of fame can come in, whoop a girl away, and the regular guy, there's nothing you could do about that, dude.
And so let me ask Mike, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question though. How many hold on. How many times in your life have you been in a situation where somebody who was famous came around while you was trying to talk to a girl?
No, it hasn't happened to me. That's not the point, though. What I'm trying to say is that, if you find yourself in that situation, it is what it is.
No, my question is this. Hold on. My question is this. How many times will the average guy or guys in general find themselves in a situation where they're talking to a girl and somebody famous will actually come and take the girl?
Okay, I've seen it. I've seen it in nightclubs. The guy wasn't necessarily famous worldwide, but I've seen that situation that guy described where there's a bunch regular dudes in the club, and there's somebody there that's noteworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it would be the guy working in the club.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it would be the DJ. Maybe it was the bartender. Somebody that just has a little bit more status than the regular guy.
And my question again is, how many times is that going to happen? And also, what I'm saying, because see, this is what you're saying. You're saying that if a guy comes and approaches a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he has high status, and there's another guy talking to her who you could say, sake argument, isn't as the high status as him. That
right.
This guy has no choice. There's nothing that's going to ever happen where this guy is going to be able to get with that girl. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, dude. I've seen it in nightclubs where there's some. Again, I'm in California, so like if you go to a club down here that's kind of high status, there's guys that are dialed in. They got clout, they got money, they know what's going on, and they're behind a velvet rope. You don't stand a chance, dude, unless you're dialed in somehow. And I'm not talking about just that they're rich. They're just dialed in, dude. They're dialed in.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So in those situations, and these are exceptions to the rule. Those girls are going to gravitate towards those guys because, and here's another thing that you're missing. Again, when we want to talk about game, okay, you're not mentioning something called social proof. Social proof is very important. Like who's around you, right? Because here's the thing. Women, you said women follow society, right?
Right.
Okay. So a guy, right, who has, because this is what women want from some of the videos I've seen, not you, but other dating coaches. A guy who leads other men, right? So he's a leader of men, and who other women want to be with. That guy, right, is going to attract more women than a guy who doesn't have that. Okay.
So you're saying, hold on. So you're saying a guy who has social proof is going to attract more women than a guy who doesn't have social proof? Is that what you're saying?
Like a magnet.
So you're saying that that guy's going to attract. Okay, well so now let me flip it on you so you can understand what the other side of the story.
Oh, let me just say this real quick, and I'll let you.
Okay, go ahead, Go ahead.
99% of the guys, they don't have this. It's very hard to create this situation. So, we're talking about 1 to 3% of the guys can create that. For the normal guy, he's not going to be able to do that unless you're like a famous guy who other people are following. Like a DJ, for example, or somebody who's just in the media. You're not going to have that situation. So then you have to rely on your own efforts to go out and actually make something happen, which is actually the hard way of doing it. But the guy who has social proof, dude, he's pulling chicks in like a magnet. He's not going out spitting game and getting rejected. This is the part that you're not talking about.
So
You
a
know,
guy
you're
who
not
has
talking about that part.
social proof is not
Right.
hollering at chicks and getting rejected. Is that what you're saying?
Not as much, dude. Very low.
No,
amount of
see, and
that.
this is what you have to understand. See, again, Mike, this is the problem. You're always looking at things in the context of how it looks objectively on the outside. You understand what I'm saying? You're not looking at things on the inside, on the actual when things are actually happening. I'm gonna explain to you what you gotta say.
Go ahead.
Everybody gets rejected. You understand? Everybody gets in situations where they're gonna get a girl and then she may end up fucking with another dude. Everybody gets in situations where they'll get with a girl who gets with another dude and she'll still get with him. There's situations where a guy is talking to a girl, she likes him so much that she's gonna stick with him and not get with the other guy, even if the other guy is quote unquote a higher status guy. Because what you got, let me tell you a story. When I was on I Love New York, right? The VH1 show, which was the highest rated cable show in history at the time, right? I was in a club with two other guys on the show. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what happened was, in that situation, we were quote unquote high status, right? So now what happened was that we're in the situation and we're in this VIP section and it's us three and like 50 chicks or whatever, like probably 50 to 80 girls or whatever, right? So now what happened was, after the VIP part was over, where they sort of opened it up to where, you know, we went out in the other part of the club and was just chilling and all this other shit. You understand what I'm saying? What happened was, there was a girl who was talking to this dude, right? And then one of the guys that I was on the show with was talking to her also, right? And so she ended up still staying with the other guy. You understand? And now that girl who was talking, like, I knew that girl. Like, I knew that girl from around the way or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So what happened was, when I saw her the next time, this was maybe weeks later, and we were talking, she was like, oh, so, you know, your boy was trying to holler at me, but I wasn't really feeling him, and he saw me talking to the other guy, and he came through acting like, so she was basically saying, like, this guy thought just because he was on the show with me that that's all it was. She didn't budge from the other dude. The other dude was just some regular guy in the club she talking to. But this guy had higher status. Now that's one thing.
Right.
Another thing too, let me get to another point, is that I was in another situation where another girl that I knew, right? We were at a spot and there was a dude who was in there, right? And he was actually he was the son of the owner of the spot. You understand what I'm saying? And so everybody knew that the dude was the son of the owner. Like, everybody that was there known that. You understand what I'm saying? So the son was trying to holler at the chick. The chick didn't want to fuck with him. And she told me the reason why she didn't want to fuck with him was because she was intimidated by him. You understand what I'm saying? So his high status didn't get him the girl. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, I'm trying to show you the other insides of the situation. Also, let me point this out. There are times where a girl is so emotionally invested in a guy to the point where she actually wants him more than anybody else. So you could be a higher status guy, but because she's so emotionally invested in the other guy, she doesn't want that other dude who's on the high status. You see what I'm saying? So while I'm saying to you, I'm not saying that what you're saying is incorrect objectively, where a girl who's randomly chilling sees a high status guy and would want to fuck with him or try to get at him or whatever, or do whatever. What I'm saying is, you're missing the other part of the puzzle. And so what I'm trying to explain to you is that there are other sides of the puzzle where girls and women react certain ways. This is why I said that when I'm talking to a girl and a guy tries to cock block, I'm like, yo, my nigga, do your thing. Holler at this chick.
Listen.
Go ahead.
That's kind of, dude, listen, you talk about high self-esteem and maintaining your self-worth. I don't know if I want to go through that, dude.
You say you don't want to go through. Wait, hold on.
No, hold on. Let me keep it real with you here. Let me keep it real, okay? I don't want to leave that club. You know, I'm going to have a bad taste in my mouth if I went through something like that, dude. Like
You went through what?
You know, like if another guy, if this high status guy, like if this girl wanted to talk to that guy, and I told her, yeah, go right ahead, go ahead and talk to him, and like that's just, I don't think most guys want to go through that.
But what are you going through though? Mike? What are you going through?
Well, dude, you're taking a back seat, bro. Fuck that, dude. I want to go hard in the paint in the club and trying to get that girl, dude. I don't want to.
Wait. So hold on, Mike. So is she the only girl in the club?
No, she's not. But I don't want to look like a punk, dude.
A punk in front of who?
I don't want to look like a punk in front of that guy, or not necessarily. I care what he thinks. It's just the whole situation. You know, is just it's a slap in the face. Like, oh yeah, go ahead and talk to that guy. You know, yeah, because he's a DJ and I'm not a DJ. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm going to fight her for it. You know, if that's what she wants, I'll let it happen. But I just want to avoid those situations. I don't even want them to come up. You know what I'm saying?
But what situations are you trying to avoid? So you're trying to avoid a situation where you're out talking to women and other guys are going to try and talk to her. That's what's going to happen when you go out and talk to women.
Yeah, dude. But listen, I understand what you're trying to say, but you're saying tell the girl go ahead and talk to that guy. Mm-hmm. That's what you said.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that.
Why not?
I'm not going to. If she wants to do it, I can't stop her. You know, she's going to do what she's going to do because.
Okay, wait, stop right there. Hold on, stop right there. You just said she's going to do. Wait, Mike, stop right there. You just said it. She's going to do what she wants to do. So when I tell this girl, hey, talk to this guy, if she wants to talk to me, guess what's going to happen? She's going to come back and talk to me. Do you understand that?
Yeah, but listen. Those words will never utter my mouth. Go ahead and talk to that guy. I'm not going to say that.
You know why you're not going to say that? Because you have a fear that if you say that to that she's going to go and talk to that guy and not want to get with you. And what happens is
it's not the fear. You're kind of dissing yourself when you do that.
How are you dissing yourself?
I don't know. I feel you are, dude.
No, but how? Explain. How are you dissing yourself?
Well, dude, because, man, I don't know how to explain it. Okay, I'm talking to a girl, and there's a guy there, and she wants to go talk to him, let's say.
No, but wait. Yeah, stop. Hold on. You said she wants to go talk to. How do you know she wants to go talk to him?
Well, then that's the example you gave. Tell me the example you gave.
The example is you're talking to a girl, and another guy comes into the conversation, and he's trying to holler at her too, and then you say, right. "Yo, you guys should talk. You guys should get to know each other. I'm gonna go over here and go to the bar and talk to this other girl. I'm gonna go do my thing. I'll holler at you later."
Well, she's gonna have to pick who she wants to talk to. So. Like, you know, in that situation, let her decide, dude. Like,
that's my point. Let her decide.
I'll let my actions speak for myself. So if they're talking and I see that they're engaging, just out of respect for the situation, I'll let them do that. I'm not going to stop that, but I'm not going to tell her go ahead and talk to him. Let her just do that. You know what I'm saying?
But she's going to do what she's going to do anyway. That's what I'm trying to say. So we're saying the same thing.
But why do you have to tell her that though? What's the point of telling her?
Because you don't have to tell her. You can say, listen, I'm gonna go over here. Y'all have a good time. That either way. What I'm saying is,
I accept that. That's good. Those are better words.
It doesn't matter. It's the same shit, Mike. I'm just saying it's the same thing. What I'm saying is,
real quick. I want to make the point of social proof again, and then I'll let you go. This is very important because if you go out, you know, to a nightclub, you see that, like the more attractive girls, the 9s and 10s, let's say, they're always surrounded by people, always. Okay, and so now let's say a guy's watching you again. He wants to go out. He's got the confidence. He wants to spit game. Like, put yourself in his shoes. He walks into the club, right? He sees a hot chick. She's with a guy. She's with 2 other girls, and then there's another crowd following them. And this is what I normally see out there. It just seems like girls have more of a social life than guys. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? So the difficulty comes for the guy is how is he going to create a situation, you know, in that club, even if he has game and he's willing to spit the game, like, because a lot of times you can't get to those hot girls because they're out of reach. And that's
how are they out of reach? Are they in a VIP section? Are they in a VIP section?
No, they're not in the VIP section necessarily, but a lot of them are just kind of surrounded in groups and stuff like that, you know?
Okay, so why can't you approach the group?
You can.
Okay, so then what are you talking about?
Well, because a lot of, you know, I mean, yeah, you could do it, dude. You could do it. There's no, you can do it. I personally don't do it, you know.
But you just said they're in groups. You can't get to them. I'm telling you, you can get to them, right?
Okay, so tell me how you would do it then. Tell me how you would do it.
Bro, I thought I explained this to you the last time when I said when you approach people in groups, right? You approach and you talk to the group. You understand? So let's say if a girl is there, and let's say you got the hot girl, her 2 girlfriends, and 2 other guys, right? You approach the 2 guys in a group. Yo, what's good? How y'all doing? What y'all up to tonight? You understand? And he's like, oh, yeah, we just chilling, whatever. So, you know, how do you know everybody here? And then, you know, my name is Locario. What's your name? Oh, Steve, nice to meet you. How you know everybody over here? He's like, oh, that's my friend Bill. This is his girlfriend, Maggie, blah, 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 whatever. Cool. You understand? So now you're in the group talking to the people. You're introducing yourself. You're having that conversation. It's not rocket science. You feel what I'm saying?
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying it is, dude. I just don't see too many guys out there doing it. I'm not saying it's not
because they're scared. You know? Because they're thinking like you, bro. That's what I'm saying. They're thinking like you, saying, "Oh, it's impossible, and I need social proof, and I have to be at a certain status." And that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
No, it's not that. It's not like me personally. It's not that I'm scared. I'll go up to 3-4 people and talk to them, but like the question is, like, was I invited in that situation? I don't want.
You don't invite yourself, man. Why you got to be invited? You go up to them and like, yo, what's good? Now, what's going to happen is if the people you're talking to are friendly, they'll invite you into the conversation. If they don't want to talk to you, they'll let you know, and then you move on to another group.
So now, when I'm talking to the group, you know, like let's say I want to get up one of the hot chicks, right? So I'm going to swoop her up and pull her out or pull her to the side, you know, while I'm in this group. Like,
yes, let me tell you what I do. Let me tell you how I do it. Let me tell you exactly how I do it. So this is what I do. Let's say you got a group, 2 guys and 3 girls, right? Let's say girl A is the girl I want, and then you have girl B and C, and you got the two guys, right? I approach the 2 guys first. I talk to the 2 guys first, right? Then I say to them, how do you guys know each other? Because I want to know if one of these girls is his girlfriend. I want to know if girl A is any of these guys' girlfriends or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So then if he says, oh, you know, girl B over here is my girl, and, you know, this is my brother and this is his wife, whatever, and then I find out girl A is single, right? What I do is that I introduce myself to all other girls, like, hey, what's up? My name's Locario. What's your name? Cool, blah, blah, blah. I start talking back to the guys, and then I interchangeably talk to the guys and the girls, right? As I'm talking to everyone in the group, I slowly transition most of my attention, 80% of my attention, to girl A. Then I start flirting with her, right? And now what happens is, because it's a group of 5, those 2 girls get to talk to each other, the 2 guys get to talk to each other, whatever, and while I'm talking to that 5th girl, right? Now that I see the girl is interacting with me in a way that she's feeling me, I'll say to her, yo, follow me to the bar real quick so we could go get a drink or talk or whatever, because now I'm trying to isolate her. Now, because the group is cool with me and everything is cool, they not going to give a fuck 9 times out of 10, because I've done this so many damn times, that the girl is going over there with you. You understand? They understand this. You see what I mean? And then now that I got her out of the way, then I could do what I need to do. It's not that hard. I'm telling you. This is like something you practice, and then you just keep doing that same shit. That's what you got to do.
Hold on. Let me tell you something, and then I'll let you go, because I don't want to take too much time. Let me just be real with you. A lot of times when I go out, dude, I don't want to be social with everybody, dude.
So then what are you talking about?
That's just the way I am, dude. There's times when, you know, I may be like with one other friend, and I'm not a dick or anything. I just don't want to talk to too many people like that, dude.
Bro, that's on you, though. That's what I'm saying. Yo, you asking me, bro. Do you see? Do you realize how crazy what you're saying sounds? You're asking me.
I mean, I'm just
no. This is what you're asking me. You're saying, yo, how do you bake a cake, Mr. Locario? I say, okay, well, you get the batter, you get the eggs. Well, you know what, Mr. Locario? Sometimes I don't feel like getting eggs at the supermarket. I don't feel like putting back. Bro, what are you talking about? You're asking how to do it, and when I say how to do it, you're saying you don't want to do the things that require you to get the job done. Right. Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, no. Sometimes I don't want to do that stuff, dude. I don't think I'm the only one.
I know, but then okay. So Mike, how are you supposed to get it done? Then tell me.
I'd rather do the shotgun approach and go up to a situation where the girl's not with another guy or a bunch of guys. I just have to be selective as far as the opportunities. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, listen. If that's how you want to do it, bro, that's how you got to do it. Then if you don't want to talk to women in groups, then don't do that. But what I'm saying is, if you see a woman in a group and you want to holler at her, that's how you do it. That's all. Excuse me. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. No. Let me chew on that.
All right.
Let me chew on that.
All right, bro. All right. Peace. Yo, Mike is hilarious, bro. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Mike's like, yo, I want to do this. How do I do it? Well, do A, B, and C. But you know what? Sometimes I don't feel like doing A, B, and C. I'm like, bro, what do you want from me, man? Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Hey, this is Max from Tampa. What's up?
What's going on, bro?
Hey, I've been following your thing for a minute. Mm-hmm. It's my first time doing the live stream thing, man.
All right.
It's good to see, like, all this game and all that,
That's what's up. What's going on with you, though?
So now just a couple of things that I wanted to kind of run by you and see what you and, like, kind of the chat thinks about it.
Mm.
So just yesterday, for example, like, I was just going to get like a comforter or whatever for my bed. I was trying to get a new one because my shit got all tore up or whatever. So, So I went to the store and, like, I was already looking at all this stuff for like a good couple of months, and I was like, all right, well, if I see somebody while I'm out doing my thing, let me see if I can see what's going on.
Mm.
So I get to the register, and so she's the one that ends up picking me up to check me out, because she's working there.
Mm.
And so, like, yeah, I don't know. I was like, all right, man, I don't know if I should, like, maybe I should try and see what's up with her or whatever. But anyway, I just kind of, like, said, fuck it, and I started having a little conversation with her.
Mm.
And so, we just doing a little back and forth. She checked me out, and we were just talking for a minute after that. There was nobody else in line behind me yet. So I was like, all right, let me just talk to her for a minute. And, like, I feel like what pulled me from actually making it, making a close with her was she had a coworker that was talking to customers next to her.
Mm.
And I feel like that might have, like, put me off from, like, trying to make something happen all the way like that, Because, like, I was, like, we were having a little, like, fun back and forth, and, she was actually seeming receptive. So, I don't know, like, in retrospect, like, after I walked out, I was like, oh, shit.
Right.
I just realized, I should have done this. Maybe, like, should have been like, all right, let me just go for it. I should have just said, hey, when are you free? But that happened after I left.
Right. Well, the thing is, in those situations, either this is what I say, either one or two things. You could go, like, this is why you got to get cards, bro. This is why I be telling dudes to get cards. Like, if you get a card, you just slide her the card and be like, yo, holla at me. I want to talk to you about something. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let's talk to you about getting together, whatever, real quick. Or ask her for her social media. You understand what I'm saying? So as you're talking to her, be like, yo, you on Instagram, you on Facebook or whatever, and then get her social media. You feel what I'm saying? Most people's on social media. Get her social media and then send her a message through social media. So since she's not, at work or whatever, so you don't got to make it a scene. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, I hear you. So right. It's a little bit more like, it's a little more of a smoother transition.
Right. Exactly. So you get her social media, you DM her, later that day, be like, yo, listen, what you up to this week? Let's go get something to get a drink or let's hang out or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And that's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
So, all right. So
Right, and like my
anyway.
dude K Zaggin 20 in the chat. He said you could have wrote your phone number on the receipt and gave it to her. You feel what I'm saying? See, that's what I'm talking about. That's that game right there. Shout out to K Zaggin 20.
That's good. That's good.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he's got some good game, man. Like, yeah, that's something I would never even thought about in the moment. Yeah, I would have not even thought to do that, honestly.
Right. So so you got you could have did that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, man, I appreciate it. I have one more situation, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Not too much. Okay, so I was because I put in the chat like a little while back today while you were doing your thing in the live stream. I was like, because like last weekend I went out with some dude. I don't know if you know about this, but on Facebook there's the RSD groups in certain parts, like specific places that are like tailored for those places that people are in. So like so like there's like actual groups on Facebook for it. So I ended up linking up with some dudes, and we went out. We ended up meeting up at this spot near where I'm at in Tampa, and we just kind of like, we were like, we introduced ourselves, and we're like, okay, we already know what we're there for,
Right.
And it was cool because it's people that have similar interests. Like we're all trying to like push each other and all that. I'm still in Utah, so anyway, like this was the second night because we went out two nights in a row, and then so second night I went out with one of the same guys. And so we were just going back and forth or whatever, and we were pushing each other a little more the next night to approach more people and all that, approach more girls and shit. And towards the end of the night, it was like the last maybe 2.5 to 3 hours or so, right? And as we get towards that 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and all that, about to close. And so there was a few little clubs right near each other, like right across the street, and so you can go from one to the other. So we were at one of them for like the majority of the night. And so we're like, let's switch it up. Let's go check out the other place and see what's going on. And so we ended up approaching these two girls at a table. And one of them was like, she was really into the conversation. We were like kind of laughing. We were making a little conversation with her. And then the other friend, she started to kind of like divert onto her phone after a while. So we just kept talking to that girl. And eventually, the friend that wasn't really, receptive, she was like, all right, let's just check the other place out. And so she pulled the other girl out, basically. She's like, all right, well, we gave each other's names and all that. So we're like, okay, maybe we'll see them later or whatever. So towards the end of the night, we went back to that place because that was the place we were at earlier. It was the place they went to across the street. And so we ended up just bumping into them because it was raining like crazy. Like the Florida weather was crazy. Like it just started raining all night last weekend. So, and by that point, it was like, the end of the night, and security was like pushing everybody out and shit. So everybody was trying to leave. And so we were just waiting outside, trying not to get rained on. And the two girls ended up bumping into us again. They were like right next to us, right outside, because they didn't want to leave it either. They were trying not to get rained on. So we ended up kind of like, having a little conversation right there. And then the girl that was talking to us earlier, she said that she lives like 2 hours away and she's going to be there till Monday. And so, and I'm just I'm already getting like some of these logistics and stuff. Like, oh crap, all right. So she's not gonna be there for long. She's there with her friend, and she's like, oh yeah, right now I'm staying with her. I'm like 2 blocks away, and so I'm like, oh shit. And like me and my friend, like we're just like, okay, so maybe this means something.
And so what happened though? What's the conclusion? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like it got chaotic with all this shuffle, like the here was they kept pushing people out to go, and so at that point we couldn't really stay there anymore. So at the end of the day, like we just kind of like I think we just sort of went our own ways, like, and then like we got to like maybe a minute from where we were at with them, and we're like. And it's like kind of the same thing. Like, this is my main issue. Like, I think of the right shit at the wrong time when it's over. And then I learned from it. But, I was like, oh, shoot. Like, we were talking to each other as we were walking away. Cause we
the thing is this. Yeah. I think what your issue is, you have a problem getting to the point, bruh. You feel what I'm saying?
I think so.
Because I could even see it in the way you was telling the story. Like, you're like, you're saying all these details. I'm like, bruh. You just got it. Like, look, if you figure out the logistics of what's happening with the chick, you understand, and tell her like, yo, how long you gonna be here? You gonna be until when? Okay, cool. Let's do something right now. Let's come back to my spot. Let's do this. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? And see their reactions. You feel what I'm saying? Because look, a lot of times what most guys do, they're always trying to delay the inevitable. And what I mean is, the inevitable is either she gonna say yes or she gonna say no. You feel what I'm saying? So you just gotta see, okay, what's the situation here with this situation I'm in? Say to her what you want to do, what you're trying to make happen, see how you can make it happen, and then do that. You feel what I'm saying? That's it. And the thing is, you know, women will find a way to make shit happen if they want to make it happen. You feel what I'm saying? So if she's like, I'm only here for a few days, or I'm 2 hours away, or whatever it is, like, what can we do to get it going? But you got to start the situation. You have to start talking about it and closing the deal and being decisive about what you're trying to do with the chicks. Because if you saw, because when y'all were talking to them the first time, that's when y'all should have said all that shit. That's when y'all should have been like, yo, what's good? Let's make something happen. And then since you didn't do it that time, the second time y'all saw them, it should have been like, yo, it's late, it's getting that time, let's do something. You know what I'm saying? And that's it.
Yeah. That's true, man.
That's all you gotta do. So you gotta practice closing that deal, bro. You gotta practice saying to these chicks like, yo, what's good? Like, let's go back to my spot. Let's go back to your spot. What y'all doing later? What's going on right now? Like, you gotta get to that point so that, you know, so they can make that decision. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's the main issue. I think you're right about that, because I've been really pretty damn solid about their approaches. Like, at first I used to be crazy nervous to, you know, just to go up and all that, but that's, as I got more used to it, it just went like nothing.
Right.
But the main issue is, you're right, just pushing it to that point. Because it's like, that's what I'm trying to do in the first place, you know?
Right. That's what you got to do. You just got to close that deal. Don't be scared about if they're going to say, it's better for you to do that and then they say no or they're not into it than wasting a whole bunch of time and then they'll say, I'm not into it. It's like you just wasted all that time. So, you know what I mean? So just let it be known from the jump. Be like, yo, this is what I'm trying to do. Let's get it popping. And then they'll either, be down for it or not. And that's that. You feel me?
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. I'm trying to go out. I'm probably gonna go out tonight, maybe with the same couple guys or something. Maybe one of them if they're down.
Right.
And I'll see what goes on tonight, because it feels like it's a good time just to see what goes on.
That's what's up, bro. But yeah, keep doing that and start closing them deals, bro. All right.
All right, bro.
All right.
Thanks for everything, man.
All right, peace, bro. Later. All right, let me try to get one more before I get out of here. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what up, Locario?
What's poppin'? Who's this?
This is John.
John, what's going on, man?
Not much, man.
Yo, you there? What happened? You. Okay, I think John it's a wrap for John. He just is like, this nigga just called to say hi or something. God damn. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Yo, it's got juice.
What's poppin', bro?
Nothing. I just heard the last of the live stream a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Let's go with you.
And all the experience I've been listening to you and a couple other people, all y'all saying is just like, closed mouth don't get fed.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm.
And like, just don't sit there and look. You gotta say something.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I remember this one recent situation. I was sitting there and being all like quiet, just looking at her. We both looking at each other. And then when I said something, at the end of the day, we had a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is, tell me more. I got my book right now. I'm finna write it down. Mm-hmm. Tell me more about the truth inside you. That's all I'm asking.
So about what does it mean when I say that the truth is inside you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but basically what that means is that whatever is real or true to you, you already know. Meaning, this is what I'm saying. Like, so you know what you need to do. For example, when Mike called up and he was like, yo, how do I talk to these girls in the groups? And I'm telling him what to do. He knows now, but he's choosing not to do it. You see what I'm saying? or you know that, okay, in order for me to get girls, I got to actually put in the work. The truth is that this is what you need to do, and you know that you're supposed to do it, so you just got to go and do it. The other half of that statement, when I say the truth is inside you, is saying that you know what you want, and you know who you are. You know what it is about you that makes you you, but too many people are looking outside for that truth. And this comes back to even just the confidence and all this other stuff, is that when I say the truth is inside you, is saying that spirit and that energy and that flow and that value, that know-how is already in you. You understand what I'm saying? You just have to pull back all the bullshit, and you have to get out of the whole mindset of thinking that it's other things, and then you'll actually understand that. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like when a person talks about happiness. The happiness that you're trying to find most of the time, it's already inside you. It's already there. The happiness is already there. The reason why you can't see the happiness or feel it or get it is because you have something blocking you. So it's like, imagine you're inside of a car and the windows are fogged up or it's dirty and shit. And then there's all this beautiful shit outside the window or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And then you have that shit, you got to wipe the shit off so you can actually see what's going on. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You have to wipe off the shit from your mind and your energy to actually see what's really going on. You have to wipe off all the insecurity. You have to wipe off all of the doubt. You have to wipe off all of the bullshit to actually see what's going on. You have to see the truth. And you're going to see the truth and feel the truth when you're being authentically yourself. That's all it is. So it's saying the truth is there. It's inside you. It's already there. You just have to recognize it. You see what I'm saying?
So basically you're saying we already know what to do, but in our head, it's try to pull that away. And we already know what to do. Like, say like, oh, how I approach women. The answer in the question.
Right.
Just approach her.
Thank you. Exactly.
All right, I got it down.
Real talk. That's the perfect right. That's the perfect thing you said right there. Exactly. And that's the thing, is like, I'm just really here to help dudes recognize that. You feel what I'm saying? All right, let me take one more call and then we gotta be out of here. All right, yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
Hey, it's Dylan. How are you?
What's going on? What's poppin'? Who's this?
Nothing. Dylan, brother, can you hear me?
Okay, I get you. What's going on with you?
Nothing much, brother. Brother, put you on to your membership. I've been signed up for 3 weeks, man.
That's what's up.
So much great content. Yeah. So I have a situation. Since I started doing your membership, I first listened to RST Max, and after my brother put me onto you, and once I got onto you, like, my manhood part about confidence grew. I started figuring out stuff I really liked about myself, and like I really started to understand myself a lot more. Yo, so tell me why I started doing like the Tinder conversations and the POF, and I started doing what you were telling me on your membership program, where you have to do like 6 to 8 transactions, and after then you get the number. If not, it charges to the game to waste.
Right.
So I've been doing that. Shit's been working, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I got to like 4 or 5 dates, so I'm like on the conversation. Oh, we should grab a drink. Go get some sangria. I brought these 2 same girls to the same bar, right? Had drinks the same night. Brought them to my crib. Didn't force nothing. Whatever, mad chill. Just being myself. Didn't even like think about sex, but I was like giving them sexual attention. Yo, long story short, bro. Slept with both of them, right? Obviously, 2 separate weeks or whatever. And after yesterday, I was on the social media. And, bro, they were working out with each other.
Wow.
So now I'm sleeping with both of them. I'm supposed to chill with one on Saturday, right? She likes ice cream, so I'm going to take her out. With your membership program, you know, to spend $10 or less.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to bring her to get some ice cream. She really likes vanilla, right? Her name's Leslie, 20, right? The other one's 23 with a kid. So I'm like, fuck, like, now on Sunday, I want to do something low-key. So she usually sleeps over Sunday, and I wake up, like, early in the morning because I truck drive. So I try to go. That's why the whole thing with the online shit. I had to go, and she's gonna sleep over. But like, bro, now that they're working out together, bro, eventually gonna find out about me. So I don't know if I should like let one go or like keep smashing. But I told both of them that I don't want a relationship. But they both feel me though. Like they really, really like me.
Right.
So I don't know what to do.
You ain't got to know. You ain't got to tell them nothing. You ain't look. You just look. You just got to keep doing what you do with both of them. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
if they find out, or if it comes up in conversation, you understand what I'm saying? You know, you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to fucking lie about anything. You know what I'm saying? You can just be like, look, if one of them asks you, hey, you see any other girls or whatever, you know, either you could tell them the truth, or you could just direct the conversation somewhere else. So you can either say, yeah, I'm seeing other girls, or you can be like, yo, you know, what you think of, you know, look at me, I'm an awesome guy, like, you know what it is, whatever. So you could do that. But then let's say they bring up that, oh, there's this girl at my gym that I know that says she's seeing you or whatever. Is that true? Be like, yeah. I'd be like, what's her name? Blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm seeing her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Because again, you told them that you are not looking for a relationship and y'all just kicking it. So the thing is, women don't mind sharing you. Women only don't like being deceived. You see what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah.
So as long as you keep that shit, you know, just on some player shit, it's all good. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, cool.
That's all you gotta do.
So I'm gonna continue what I'm doing. After, if they find out, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm not, because last night, bro, this is what happened, right? Because like when you go on Instagram, you know, like if you follow somebody, who they're following, like as mutual friends, right? So I was gonna send that 20-year-old Leslie like off her chat, like off the other girl's chat, like, yo, like I was looking at my friend's social media, I saw you at the gym, and sent their picture, right, on some funny shit. And I started doing more search, bro. Like on her story popped up, she tagged Leslie, so I was like, damn, they know each other. So I was like, I raised the message, I was like, yo, thank God I didn't send that through, because it would have caused a bunch of problems.
Right. Nah, bro, just keep doing that. Keep messing with them. You know what I'm saying? Like my dude K Zagging in the chat, he said keep fucking them and also meet other chicks. Like you doing your thing, so don't worry about nothing. You feel what I'm saying?
You know what I'm finding out now with your program and stuff? Yo, it's so important now, like now that I know and stuff, and thank God for my brother, bro. He had a 15 consultation with you.
Right.
His name is Daniel.
Right, yeah, I know, I remember, yeah.
Yeah, I'm his brother, the one he told you about. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so, that's like, what's up.
So, word. So, my thing is like, yo, but I don't really want to be in a relationship with them. So, what's happening right now is I'm giving them a vibe that they're cool to talk with me through text. And the issue is, like, I truck drive, but I still could be on my phone from destination to destination or whatever the case is. So, like, I'll send them, like, a text message, not too much, but I'll send it to them, like, every 4, 6, 8 hours. But, like, the thing is, like, but you were telling, what I don't get right now, like, through the game right now, is how to really let them know, like, yo, I'll talk to you on this day and I'll see you on this day. Is it because of fear that I think they're going to stop talking to me? But I know I'm a good dude. I'm confident about myself. I'll charge the game if they do. But, like, what is it that I have to do for not to text them, or just continue doing what I'm doing because it's working?
Right. Well, this is the thing. If you texted them, and let's say, for example, she's saying, or the girls are saying, yo, how come you know, I haven't heard from you in a few hours, or how come you don't be texting me back? You understand?
Right.
You just let them know the situation. Be like, listen, you know, yeah, everything's cool, but, you know, I'm driving my truck, so I'm probably not going to get back to you as that quick, but I'll holler at you later. So all you need to do is just let them know that. Because the thing is, as long as they know what's going on in the situation, so that you understand, so that they'll keep the situation going the way it needs to go. You understand? Instead of having all that drama or weird shit popping off where she's like, oh, how come you ain't calling me and blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You just let them know, but like, listen, I'm going to call you when I call you when I get some time. I got to do this thing, so I'll holler at you when I'm going to holler at you. So all you do is set the frame of how it's supposed to be when they're dealing with you. So, for example, there was girls that I was messing with where, because me personally, I don't like texting and talking on the phone a lot. So there's certain like fuck buddies that I had where I tell them up front, I'll be like, listen, if you text me, I might not really be texting you too much. I said, I'm only going to text you when I want to see you. You understand? And then, so they was cool with that. And I said, you could text me if you want, but I'm really not going to be texting you too much unless I'm going to, you know, come through. So what happens is they know that that's what they're going to get from me. So that since they know that, then they're going to be like, you know, okay, cool. When I'm dealing with Locario, this is what I am going to expect. You understand? Instead of them just being thrown off and it be a whole bunch of bullshit. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you gotta tell
yeah.
them.
That's what's up. All right, sounds cool, man.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty much why I want to call in and just talk to you and stuff, get your vibe, you know?
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that you putting in that work and you getting it popping. And I'm glad you called in, because this is why I tell guys, it's, join the membership, take all the lessons, work it out, and then you're going to see the shit's going to pop off. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Yeah, definitely. Hell yeah, bro. It's working, bro. I'm living proof.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is that, if you could make a video, like, it could be short. Like, I know you have a bunch of them, and I've been looking at your 10-minute, and I'm also a Bad Boy membership holder, too. More like time management, bro. Like,
right.
Time management is everything, especially when you're trying to juggle chicks. Bro, it is, like, right now, like, the whole reason I brought up the whole texting is because, like, bro, I truck drive. There's not enough time. How do I... You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to keep those shorties there, but I still want to talk to more shorties. But, like, if I'm sending text messages here, text messages there, it's taking too much time.
Right. That's a good question. Yeah, I'm gonna do a whole video on that shit. Real talk. I'm gonna do that shit. That's what's up.
Dude, you got to.
That's what's up.
Thanks for everything, bro. Keep bringing out that content and keep doing your thing, bro.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate it, bro. I'm gonna holler at you.
Peace.
All right, peace. All right. See, that's what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm saying. You gotta join that Bad Boy membership. You understand? You join the Bad Boy membership, you watch the videos, listen to the audios, put the work in, and you'll see that you're gonna get those results. This is all I've been saying. And if you notice, look at the difference between that caller and when Mike calls up. You know what I'm saying? Totally different thing. You can hear the energy in this dude's voice, like, yo, I went out with these chicks, shit is popping off. And see, he has, the Bad Boy membership is $97 a month. So this dude, he has a different energy. You see how he has the energy, and then also he has what I call good problems. He's like, damn, I'm messing with all these chicks. I need to learn how to manage my time with all these chicks. It's different problems. You see what I'm saying? So you want to get to that point where you get in that type of situation so that, when the teachings and all that other stuff come up, you can learn these other things. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to have those type of issues if you're not really being on that next level. You see what I'm saying? And so that's a very interesting thing. It's funny because I was actually, you're right, he's like, he has a positive mindset, real talk. I was actually going to do a video too about how much, like how, sort of like the difficulties, but also I say the challenges of dealing with too many women, because it's a challenge. It's that's something that certain guys won't get until they're actually at that level. You see what I mean? But I'm gonna definitely have to do a video. I'll do a free video on the time management shit, and post it up on YouTube in the next few days or whatever. Matter of fact, let me type that shit in my phone now so I don't forget. You know what I'm saying? Let me put this shit down right now, because let me put that time management video. Hold on, because that's a real joint, time management video. But yeah, that's a real joint. That's really important, because you got it. Because when you start making, when you start dealing with all these chicks, even if you have like a rotation of maybe 3 girls, it's still time management, because the chicks want your, they're gonna want your time. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, but I'm telling you guys, make sure you join the Bad Boy membership. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, it's an investment in yourself. You feel what I mean? And also, what I'm dropping February 1st is called How to Increase Your Sex Appeal. All right, so I'm going the fuck in on that one. So you're gonna really want to make sure that you're on the membership. And what he was talking about the online game joints. So I have 2 online products on the Bad Boy membership. I have the Easy Way to Date Online, and then I have Advanced Online Games. So if you're really trying to step up your online joint, I'm telling you, you gotta go on that shit, because there's a lot of stuff that you don't know that's going to help you propel you to that next level. You see what I'm saying? And so there's a lot of stuff that once you know it and once you know how to do it, you just keep doing it and just keep replicating it the same way, and then you get more and more results. That's what it's about. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I actually gotta head out in a second. Let me see. Let me shout out to all the people in the chat. Shout out to Kirsa Kaboom, JR, Tanner Williams, Paul, Man, Chizzy City in the building, Danzino N, Annihilator, Xavier, Ellie Empire, Cray 8 Noise, Who else? Modern Day Mentor. Who else is up in here? Ultra Gold Coin. It's Akuma. Who else? Nathan Wong. K Zaggin 20. Who else is up in here? Resilient SD. Mad Chemist. Who else? Dre the Great. Shout out to you. Afi Kingdom was in the building. Shout out to my dude Afi Kingdom. DJ Boogs. Paul G. Who else? Moving in Silence up in here. Gen G Zero. What's going on? Man, Gen G, you always talking. So my game only works if she finds you attractive. Hilarious. Let me see. He said, and this is also based on, well, yeah, she got to find you attractive, but it's not just based on looks. I should say that. Maximo Smith, shout out to you. Who else we had up in here? Stanley was in the building. Who else? Only the Illest in the building. The Greek Surgeon up in the building. Ed Dowling, Riley Freeman. Damn, we got a lot of people up in here, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Big Stain was in the spot. Remember to get How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day ebook, hard copy audiobook. Make sure you guys get that. Also, make sure you guys get 60-second game. Make sure you guys check that out. And yeah, man, I'm out of here. I'm gonna probably do another one Monday, maybe Monday. If not Monday, Wednesday, but always Friday. All right. So I'll holler at you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.